Hi everybody, welcome to Petra's Happy Place. I hope this video finds you all doing pretty well. I am still kind of like, it's not sinking in yet that I have my own space and that I have my own home and all that kind of good stuff. But today I want to concentrate on crocheting. Now, a lot of people would think I am kind of like doing way too much. Mr. Happy's probably one of them. And but I have been busy these last several months crocheting every morning and every night before I go to bed and first thing, well, after my quiet time in the morning, I always spend time crocheting. And I wanted to show you some of the things that I'm working on. And then I'd also like to give a little, not a shout out, but a call out because there's something that I need. And I'll let you know about that later. Maybe one of you will have something in stock in your stash that that I might be able to buy from you instead of me having to place an order for something that's just one thing. Okay, so anyway, let me start by showing you some of my, and I want to say that they're finished objects, but they're not finished because they're not finished. In fact, meaning that I have not sewn in the ends yet. Okay, so this is not going to be in any order, but I will wait and show you my last two whips last because they're just whips. Okay, so the first thing, and I'm not sure if I showed the finished one, and I still have not blocked it yet, but this is a shawl that I made just using the Tunisian simple stitch and extended simple stitch. Yeah. So let me show you up close the difference in the stitches. And guys, I love not simple stitch. It's the knit stitch. So the knit stitch and the extended knit stitch. Yeah. So it's a decent size, and I still want to block it. I just don't have room to block it right now, and it's going to have to be put on the back burner to block and sew in the ends until I have time to do all that little bitty stuff. Okay, then oh, and I used a oh, yeah, I used a Tunisian hook, but I don't know what size it was. I think it was a 4.5 millimeter. Now this is a J, which is a 6 millimeter, and I made this top. Oh, okay, so I didn't have any directions. I just kind of winged it. So let's see here. I have not sewn it together yet. It's just acrylic, and it's, oh, let me think. What kind of yarn did I use? It was Hobie. Was it Hobie Twister, I think? I can't remember. I believe it was a Hobie yarn. And so I started off at the bottom here with a rib. You see that I did about, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 rows of ribbing. And then I did the crossed stitch, and I don't know if that's what it's called, But let me see if I can find a spot where you can see the stitch work. I think it's called the lattice. It might be called the lattice stitch. So I made 2 panels. Let's see here, which way is which? Sometimes, oh yeah, that's the back side. So I made 2 panels. And all I have to do is sew them together. Well, why am I showing you the back side? I'm having a hard time. I'm not at a desk or anything. I didn't do any neck shaping or anything. This is my first attempt at a Tunisian top, but there it is. And all I need to do is sew it together here. I'm going to have to do something to the neck here, the neckline. Probably, oh, you know what I could do? I'm not sure how I'm going to sew them together. I think I'm going to need to sew it together, but then do some kind of a neck because it's curling. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to do that because it's curling, and I don't like that curling. But I'm not sure if it's going to fit me or not. If it doesn't, that's okay. It'll be one more thing that I learned, and I might hand that off. So there's that. Okay, I wanted to show you this. Now, I'm not done with this, but obviously. But when I was on my vacation with my good friend Heidi, I see that I need to fix this here, but she gave me a lot of stuff. She gave me a lot of yarn that her mom had started projects and was going to finish it. And well, she had these granny squares. They're pineapple. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. But I don't know. You know, I would have a hard time getting the tension, and I don't know what hook size she used, but she just used different colors of this tan. She was going to make this big afghan with that stitch. Now, there's 1, 2, looks like there's 2 different colors. There's this tan color and then this mocha color. And I just need, and there's already the brown there. So all I have to do is trim it in white, in brown, single crochets all the way around. And then what I'm going to do is turn this into a pillow, just get a pillow form. And I'll have 2 wonderful, well, this is a 2-sided, that's one. And then here is another where the cream color has been already trimmed in the brown. I think I might have done that. Can't remember. But then I have to do this one and then trim it up. And so then I'll have 2 matching pillows. Isn't that neat? And so, yeah, so I'm not going to try to put this together and make one big afghan. That would be just, to me, it would be silly because, first of all, I need another one like a hole in the head. Let me tell you, I went around just a little while ago and I collected. Now, this is what I have here in my house. It doesn't count anything that I have in my trailer where we're living now. I have collected every throw and every blanket that I have. And I have counted up 21. And that includes handmade and things that Mr. Happy inherited from his mother and baby blankets and blankets that my mom had, and she had, you know, she spent a lot of money on blankets, and then I had made her some blankets, and so there's a lot of blankets. And so I don't need any more blankets. But what I think I'm going to do is, I found out I might be another grandma. I might have another grandbaby. And now my air condition kicked on, and the air conditioning is right below this room. And so or right outside this room, I should say. So if it gets too loud, I apologize. I mean, I can hear it when it comes on, but I don't know if it translates to the video. But what I'm going to do is, Mr. Happy and I are going to go through all the blankets, and we're going to decide which ones we're going to keep. And I'd like to have 2 or 3, maybe 4, depending on the size, blankets or throws in each room. In the den, in the living room, in the bedroom, and in my craft room. That way, and I'd like to be able somehow, I don't know who to ask, but I just want a very plain, not rustic, but, you know, just kind of, just a little ladder, you know, that I can use, and it won't take up any floor space. I was just going to put it like here in my room. I was going to put it behind the door. And I have places in each of the rooms. I'd like to just lean it against the wall and have it part as the decoration. So I want to try to go for certain colorways for each room. Okay, that was a lot. But that was talking about the blanket. And talking about blankets, I didn't even count this one. This one was the, I want to say Bronte Ripple. I think that's what it's called, the Bronte Ripple. And I got it over here in this stash because I still haven't sewn in the ends. Okay, so there's that. Okay, now, whoops. This is the hook I used for this. I made a blanket. After I just said that. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, so this is a toddler baby blanket, and I made it using I love this cotton. Okay, and I've had this yarn forever. I had made I started to make a top out of it, and I didn't like it because the armholes were too big, so I frogged it, and I used all the yarn for this blanket. And I trimmed it in white, and I didn't even have to buy any white because I had it in my stash. Isn't that amazing? So I just have the ends of the white to sew in. But otherwise, that's done. Isn't that pretty? So how big is it? I want to say it's about, I would say what? 30, about 40 inches wide by 40 inches. So there's that. I made that. Oh yeah, and I'm still attached because I have a little bit more white. I don't know if it's enough to put like a crab stitch all around it, or if I just want to leave it done as it is. I haven't decided yet. What do you think? Should I make an extra edge? Okay, I made I know my oldest daughter had a baby girl, and but I haven't sent anything to any of my kids or my grandkids. But I found out that a co-worker that I used to work with, or used to work with me, she's going to have a grandbaby in October. And so I just made a little baby blanket. And it's using the the Call the Midwife stitch pattern. And again, this is about, I don't know, about 40 or 36 by 36, I don't know. It's just a nice little size. And I have enough of this color. No, it's not enough to make a blanket, but it might be enough to make like a throw to put over the back of my office chair. Is the back is blue, like a royal blue, and so is the seat. And so I'm thinking if I could make just like a throw, just big enough to be against the seat, then I'll have a green chair. And I don't have to buy another chair that's green, because the green really goes with that purple. Look at that purple on the walls. Isn't that pretty? So I made that. Okay, then I made another blanket for that little boy. Ta-da! And this one's smaller. This was much smaller. This might be, 24 inches, but I just think it's nice. I used, I think I remember it's called the Primrose Stitch, and I used the Karen, I think this is the Blossom Cakes. I can't remember the name of it, and I have a full ball over there, but I think it's the Blossom Cakes. But anyway, I think it's just so cute to lay a little baby on, I think it's pretty. And again, just got to sew in the ends. Okay, then, can you tell I've been a little bit busy? So then I used up, this yarn. I loved working with this yarn. It is the craftyperformers.etsy.com, and this was designed for Jill at Fiber Floozy Crafts, and it is classical sock yarn, 75 superwash and 25 nylon, and it's the Oh Blossomous. Oh, Blossomous. That's so cute. And I made a top. Yes, I did. And I tell you, this top is, I just love it. Let me think here. I'm trying to remember if I used a pattern. No, I didn't use a pattern. I designed this myself, and I love the design, and I think I might try, not anytime soon, but I think I might try to put together a tutorial, and I'm going to try this on. It looks so good on. But yeah, I guess I'll try it on. Now, I'm going to wear it with a, let me pull that out. I'm going to wear it with a, oh my gosh, I look so fat in this, but, because it's all bunched up. But I will wear it with a white tank underneath it, or camisole. All right, I'm going to get up and adjust the camera. Just close your eyes for a second. I'll tell you when to open them back up, okay? Close your eyes. Okay, you can open them. So I designed it so that it's a top down, and right up here, it's an open weave. But I kind of broke it up right here with a cross stitch, and I got mesh and mesh, and then I have just cross stitch this whole thing right here, right where you want it to be you know, more modest, I did all cross stitch. And see, you can, I have on a blue, this blue, and you can see it up here, but you can't see it really through here. And then all of this is the mesh stitch. And then down at the bottom, I did the cross stitch and then single crochet, cross stitch, single crochet rows, ending with a single crochet. But I increased when I got to here. And so you can see it's very loose here. And it's the perfect length. I am just in love with this top. Okay, close your eyes. I'm going to bring you back. I'm going to take this off. Ooh, yeah, that wool is nice. At least it's nice and soft. But anyway, I think I might even be able, like I said, to do a tutorial because this the top part, I don't know if I'm going to yet or not. I already trimmed it, or did I? No, I started with a single crochet at the top, but I think it's going to be easy to adjust to your size. I'm not going to have like, okay, stitch so many and stitch so many. It's basically going to be like how many rows you need, or rounds, I should say, to determine your size. So like if you need a large, you would do so many rounds of the mesh and then the cross stitch and the mesh. But if you need more, or if you need less, you just decrease that amount. I don't know. That's the part I got to figure out. But I have one thing to sew in just because that was the last round and I hadn't sewn it in. And I used, how many did I use? I think I only got the two hanks and I have this much left over. So this is probably an extra large, between a large and an extra large. And so I was very happy. I decided to go with the mesh because I didn't have a whole lot of yarn. And I thought, well, if I make all of it the cross stitch, I would need 3 hanks for sure. But I love the way it turned out. It is just so soft and squishy, and it's going to be warm. And I'll be able to wear it at work. Even in the winter time, I'll be able to wear it with like just a shirt like this underneath it, because it is the wool, and I'll just have like a little shawl or a wrap or even a sweater that I'll just put on top of it, and wear it even in the winter time. Won't that be pretty even in the winter, that bright fuchsia pink? So I am so excited. So this is all I've been working on ever since, well, I think the last, 2 months at least. So let me put some of this back in here. Okay, still got that to sew in. That baby blanket is so neat. And this is just, I don't even know what kind of yarn. It's just acrylic yarn, and it's probably a 3-weight. It's so pretty. Such a bright, pretty green. That little boy's mama is going to love that. Okay. So all of this has to go back because I'm not done with it. Okay. Yeah, this is my area right here. I'm keeping all of my whips, and I guess you could call them whips. I have a hard time reaching. Okay, that'll just stay because I can't reach it. Okay, so I started a project several days, well, about a week ago, I guess. And because I wanted to use this bamboo pop. I had picked up 2 dark purple, 2 medium purple, and 2 white bamboo pop. They were half off at the Yarn Knitter's Niche where I went in Georgia on my vacation. And I kept thinking, I want to do something with it. I want to do something with it. What am I going to do with it? So I decided to make another top, of course. Whoops. That was not supposed to happen. Okay. And so a small box of stuff just fell out on the floor. Okay. So, let me see which one is which. Okay, this is the finished. Okay, so this is another one of just 2 panels. I made 2 panels. Now on this one, I just did it all double crochet because I wanted to show off the color work. That's what I wanted to show off. So and this is going to be huge. Okay, this is huge. So I started off with the dark purple, and I'm doing the colors. Do you see the different I start with the dark and do 1. I'm going to be leading up to this 5. So I got 1, 3, 5, and going backwards 1, 3, 5 rows. And then once I get to this part, I'm working up to the 5 rows of the white, to the 5 rows of this, and then ending with 5 rows of the dark purple. And it's just going to be a very large just top. And this is bamboo pop. So I believe it's cotton acrylic, if I'm not mistaken. But it is so soft. And it's universal yarns. So it's just going to be really, really pretty. So as Jeannie would say, it has a lot of ease. So I started, well, yeah, let me show you how much I've done here. So I started on this one with the dark purple, then the medium purple, then the white. Now I've got to this part and I've run out of the purple, this color purple, because I would need 3 rows and the 4th row leading up to the dark purple. I don't have enough. And, well, this is all I have, okay? Now, as far as the white goes, I did not even break into the second ball. I barely broke into, I barely broke into the dark purple. And this is all I have. Now, these are the second balls of the colors. I don't know why I use so much, but this is not going to be enough for 4 rows. And to change it at this point would mean frogging both sections. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do. I mean, the only thing I could do, maybe, is frog out. Well, that would make it too low. Yeah, I can't do it. I was going to say frog out all this purple and just leave like a square neck, but that would make it too low. Okay, now I'll show you here. it would make it come down to right here. That's a little bit low if it comes down to right here. So yeah, that would not work. So anyway, I'm just putting a shout out there. If anybody happens to have one, I just need one ball of the Bamboo Pop by Universal Yarn. I'm going to show this. And I need the colorway Grape. And I think, let me see here. Bamboo Pop. And I believe the color name is Grape, and I think the color number is either 105 or 106. I can't remember, but that's the color number. The name of it is Grape, and it's this pretty lavender light purple color. So yeah, I got on was it Hirschner's? I went on to Hirschner's. They're all out of it, or they don't have it. Then I went on Webb's website, and they have it, but it's not on sale. And again, I just need, like I said, I just need one. And then I got on Premier Yarns, and they do have it on Premier Yarns. And again, it's not on sale. I mean, they're normally $9, and I got them for $4.50, or maybe it was $5, but I'm not expecting to pay only $5. But I just think it's silly to just order one, because I don't need any more yarn I got so much yarn. I keep thinking, oh, I should go check out the sales at Michael's, or I should go to Hobby Lobby. And I'm thinking, I don't have a room to shove it right now. So if you happen to have one, would you please reach out to me and let me know, and we can make arrangements. Speaking of which, I recently watched Sandy from Crochet Aid Canada, and she recently had a video where she shared that she is shutting down her P.O. box. And I am thinking, well, not thinking, I have decided I'm going to also shut mine down, because I'm paying for them to deliver junk mail to my mailbox. Basically, I don't get anything in my mailbox, my P.O. box, that I can't have delivered to my home. So I just think it's a waste of money. And even though it's not like the most expensive thing, I don't send out stuff and receive stuff that often where I feel like I would need to protect my privacy for something. You know, that's just not something I worry about. So yeah, just keep that in mind. If there's something that you wanted to send me, I'm not asking for anything, honest to goodness. If you were to see my room, you would say, Petra, you've got a serious problem. I know everybody says that. Everybody says that about their yarn stash, don't they? Either they complain because they have too much, or they complain because they have too little. Very few people say, I have just enough. I don't need any more. I don't want any more. I'm comfortable. Not many people say that, but regardless. So the last project, now, okay. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but I'll just show it again. I had made a couple things for my, excuse me, for my granddaughter. I made this little dress. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I showed that dress. But I made this little dress for a granddaughter. And I made this little blanket, this star ripple blanket I made for that same granddaughter. I think, I'm not sure, but I think my youngest daughter had a baby too. I don't know. I reached out to her. I don't know if she'll reach out to me and respond, but like I said, I have so much yarn and so many already completed projects that I'm sure I can come up with something. Okay, so now I had started the year off, and I haven't done it for the last, I think, 3 months, 2 months, 3 months. I haven't done a designer of the month. I'm going to do a designer of the month. So I am going to be doing Ursula from OM Granny Square. I have been wanting to use thin yarn again and do something with some beads. I haven't done anything with beads in years, and I thought, I just really want to use up these beads. I've got so many of them. So I am making her friendship shawl. I went ahead and purchased the pattern, and this is how far I've gotten. And it's a very, I mean, it's not complicated at all. I don't like that. I need to fix this. But pretty. Granny, then double, then excuse me, then we have the mesh stitch. It's so pretty. You just, and I'm just starting. But at the very end, she shows how to put little beads, okay? So the yarn I'm using is Kristen Omdahl's yarn, and I think this, I mean, it's discontinued, so it's not like you can get it, but it is a #1 fingering weight, and I just love those colors. They're so bright, they scream. I've never been there, but I heard so much about it. It screams Bermuda with the pinks and the teals, and oh, it's just so pretty. So that's the yarn I'm using. And then I'm going to be adding these beads to it. And they are from auracrystals.com. They're Miyuki triangle seeds. They're bead 5/0. Yeah, and these are tiny beads. And so I got to use a really, 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 really tiny hook. It is a 5. It's a 5. And I'm hoping that it's small enough to use in the beads. I would hope they are, because I think this is the smallest one I've got. I know I have a 10 and an 8. But I don't think I have a 3, and I think the 3 is even smaller. But so I'm working on that, and that is called the Friendship Shawl, and it's for sale in her Ravelry store, or on Ravelry, I should say. So anyway, that is what I've been up to. Those projects are the projects I've been working on the last couple months, and I've just been enjoying the ride. I was very happy to see a couple of some of my favorite people return to YouTube, and I'm so glad to see them. They had been taking breaks, and they both said the same thing, which is very interesting. They both said that the channel and the crocheting and everything had stopped being fun. And I get that. I really do get that. So I'm not rushing to get anything done. I am just, whenever I find a few minutes, I take, this is all I take now. I was taking both projects, but until I can get more yarn for that purple top, I'm going to put that on the back burner. And then I'm sorry, I think I got some kind of allergy going on in my nose, but I'm looking at all of my beautiful fiber up on the, you know, you can see behind me, this is all the wool, and I'm facing the cotton and acrylics right now. But I'm looking at some of the yarns. I'm thinking, oh, that would make a pretty this, or that could make a pretty that. And so I'm really looking forward to making some more things. I've got 4 skinny cakes that I bought like 3 years ago that I just love the colorways in them. I just haven't used them. I still have a lot of Stylecraft DK, and I have all of my Be So Baby, and a lot of Kristen Amdahl yarns that are the number one weight. So I have a lot to work with, and you know, it'll keep me busy. So what I've been trying to do is, usually I have a project that I have in mind, and then I go look at the yarn. Lately, though, the yarn tells me what it wants to be. No, it doesn't talk to me, honestly. It doesn't talk to me. But I'm looking at some of it and going, yeah, that is going to be a scarf. That is, no, not scarf, because I really don't make a whole lot of scarves. That would make a terrific hat. That would make a great baby blanket. I'm looking at some of the yarns right now. I'm like, that I have a squishy polyester blue. It's a Karen cake, but I can't remember the name of it right now. But it's blue, and it's like, oh, that would make a terrific baby blanket. Oh, that would be so cool. I've got some Be So Baby that would make great little baby dresses, or even little, well, the acrylic. I wouldn't want to do like that for a boy, but like using some of these wonderful colors to make a little boy's sweater, or one of those onesies. I've got cotton galore. I mean, it's just, come on. There's so many things. But I have enough to keep me going for years. I would not have, if I don't buy another thing of yarn, I got enough to keep me going for years. I mean, you know, how long does it take you to use something in fingering weight, you know? You know, you take 2 or 3 hanks, and I've got probably 100 hanks hanging up, you know, and that doesn't include all the stuff I've got on my shelving. Oi, oi. Okay, I've been on here long enough, and it's going to take forever and a day to get this thing loaded up and published, but I just wanted to touch base with everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll talk to you real soon. Bye-bye.